Freedom. We've rearranged the schedule just a little bit. Put it up. Can you hear me better now? All the way up. Wow, I thought it was pretty loud. I didn't think I needed to clarify. So I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Sean. He is a Harvard-trained scientist who received his PhD in applied physics from Rutgers. From an early age, Sean believed that learning is most effective when we are mindful, which supports being peaceful, aware, and discerning. Sean is also the Vice President of International Research and Scientific Advisor and Head of the Indian Medicine Sciences and Cultural Divisions at the World Institute for Scientific Exploration, WISE, at Harvard. Furthermore, he is the founder and editor-in-chief of 2 peer-reviewed international journals. He serves on the editorial board of 8 other international journals. We want to know your trick to how you don't sleep. He has received numerous awards, including the J.C. Boss Award from the Indian Science Congress. As a health coach and a Harvard-certified culinary coach, he serves to bridge the gap between 2 sciences. He also sits as the Vice Chancellor of SITA Vita Multiversity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Namaste, namaskaram, vanakkam. Arpam Jodi, Arpam Jodi, Tanipam Karuni, Arpam Jodi. Elam Siripurvinani Valti, Lam Tani. So I come from a place where the oldest tradition, I can say, where I speak an old language. It's called Tamil. So I was never introduced to something like alternative medicine. We lived our life with the real medicine at birth every time. We never had hospitals nearby, right? Or we don't know, I was delivered at my home, right? Naturally. So I did my part of, I was, half of my life I was in India and half of my life I'm in the United States. So I was sent to the United States by a yogi who said, if you go to the United States and you get your higher education, you come back and we listen to you. So my job, he was like Montana cowboys. I used to graze the cows. We don't have horse, but graze the cows, take care of the cows, milk the cows, right?
Hold it here.
Hold it here. Okay. Sorry.
It's resonating.
Okay. And I learned a lot of things while doing this, observing nature. How it works. I had time to look at the skies. I had to think about how atoms work, everything. So I realized that the science that we are talking about, I looked for answers. I was a physicist, so the only thing that I was very good in was physics. So one of my mentors, gurus, he said, you should do a PhD in physics, come back. Answer, you get solution for everything. So I took physics, but before that I learned what is called ancient physics. So if you look at in Ayurveda, all the Sankhya philosophy, so that's being written in both languages. In the ancient Tamil tradition also, we have a deeper knowledge about that, where they talk about how energy particles, the Purusha Prakriti we call it, energy particle emerged from empty space and turned into Panchabuddha, very detailed information about 5 transformation, everything it beats everything in this universe, whatever you are talking about, Big Bang theory and all the theories in this world. We have an amazing science and technology, clearly different. Structure. So here, what we are looking at is called a paradigm shift approach. You cannot answer every question, everything with modern science. Modern science has an axiomatic limitation. Because see, 400 and around 16th century, say 400 years roughly, science was separated from religion. Here, like how Gurukulams were there in India, the gurus talk about things, right? So the guru, talk about both, science, spirituality, science, etc. That was the condition here also in the West. So in the West, science and religion were together. The church declared, they have this flag, they have to abide by the rules of church. Oh yeah, they have this flag here. So that's how the science was. Aristotle science, right? So up to Aristotle, Plato, Aristotle, all these were sage scientists. So science and religion were combined, right, together. So now, after separation, the 16th century, the Christianity was separated. This cross, they removed the cross. And the scientists, what we call, are atheists, whom we call. So that's the Copernican science. So they completely neglected the consciousness. Whereas religion took only the religious aspect of Jesus Christ, right? So all the Bible testimonial, whatever, so that's what they do. Now, here is what they neglected to do this, and because of this separation, they started to market the science very fast in the West. So it reached, before looking at other cultures, when other cultures had science, it was one culture, you have seen, I eat my food, so while my culture was my pizza, I will just, remove my crust, but I eat pizza only. I will not eat something rasam or some other idli or something. I can only eat pizza. Even if you, what I mean is, if you separate your religion, you will be left only with your culture. With the same culture, what can you, figure out? It's the same answers, right? So there is no diversity, was not there. Other cultures is not problem. So what you are learning today in the Western science is completely a cultural science. It is from the West. So that kind of axioms, animal study, all these things, all Western brain. There were intellectuals in the West also. There is no doubt about it. But it's not universal. You have to be inclusive. Where other cultures, not only your African, other traditions or the Native Americans, they all have amazing things. But uniquely, there were two great traditions in India, right? We call it, Dr. David Frawley, he knows better, in one of his books, why we call Aryans, Dravidians. They were all in indigenous cultures of India. They didn't come from outside, right? That's how it's interpreted, West language. But remember, this is one word. We created these separations. We all came from what the ancient language talks about is the knowledge that we all came from that source, one source. And it's not just some blessing of God, random God that belongs to a religion. It talks about empty space, which is called the Shiva, Purusha, or you call it Allah, Godfather, that turned into energy particles, turned into 5 states of matter, turned into 5 transformations, and became this here, right now. We are sitting here, everything. And we are going back now, the answer is here, right? So the answer, all this we are looking at an evolution that talks about 5 states of matter, where they differentiate in 3 types of body types, is an evolutionary science. It's not a human created science. It exists within every individual. It's not that Indians will have the Ayurveda thing, other people will not. It is an evolutionary science. And this is not said by one sales scientist or somebody. Millions of sales scientists interpreted. If I am given by one, if I am representing only Bible, it's a religion. I am representing one guru, it's a religion. But when a bunch of sales scientists put together, it is science. Okay, but it is holistic science. It doesn't remove consciousness from there. It is a complete holistic science. The space is pure, it's not just it is a stupid space sitting there. It is conscious space. It knows everything. It does everything. Who is doing the digestion inside our body? Who is giving your thought? Who is waking you up? You can talk about science. How does a particle move? One particle to another particle, how does it interact? Who is giving the instructions? To go this way, right way. There is a consciousness in every particle. So if you understand this, we can solve bigger problems. We can have a solution, global solution. That is there. These are the axioms. That's what we work as an organization. We created an organization. But I am not limited to organization. In organization, again, it becomes a religion kind of thing. Somebody follows somebody, like this. But I am here to give you something, a new perspective for this science. If Ayurveda need to develop, we need to set up a new set of axioms, not with the Western science and technology. So you need a new science to understand. For example, marma. Varma. What is marma? Marma means, marma in the Tamil tradition we call it marma. Marma means it is hidden. It's not mysterious. Where it is hidden? Inside, marma inside us. What? Tiny tubes. So you are talking about everything is evidence-based. What you have, do you know, how do you know your mother loves you? Do you trust her? What is the evidence? What is the evidence that your mother likes you or loves you? Which evidence, instrument will show that love? No hormone secretion we can find out. No other things. But do you trust that, right? So here, this is a holistic science. Okay. So when we come to our body, they saw this body as 5 states of matter, not just 3 states of matter. So what are the 5 states of matter? 5 states of matter, tell me. Panchabhutas. So when we say earth, where is earth in our body? There is nothing, there is no soil or anything, right? So we say earth and this body doesn't have earth. What is the connection? Earth, what they mean, if you translate, it is solid. It is dense energy particles. Energy particles are denser. It's little looser in the water, liquid. So when you say liquid, all the liquids deravas in our body. Certain liquids, like they act like fire and liquid, there is a mixture of that. Like for example, blood. Blood is a ranjaka pitta. It's a pitta more than it's a liquid derava, right? So, Prithivi Appu, Teyu, the fire, what is the fire in our body? Where is fire in our body? Can you cut our body? A surgeon can see the body. Orthopedic surgeon is here. So you cut your body and can you see a fire there? You cannot even detect anything called fire. Even it's not in the electromagnetic spectrum. So you see microwave, infrared rays. How do they do? You see those? You cannot see all the waves, only fire. What's the color of fire? What's the color of fire? Blue fire, we have seen the LPG is blue. Green, underwater fire is green. All the electromagnetic spectrum, whatever it burns, it gives fire. So when you see, there is no yellow fire, you think there is no fire. But what cooks? What becomes hot? Your stools become hot. Your urine becomes hot. When you sleep, it is heat. Who is generating this? There is Agni going on inside. So this is fire. Just because you cannot measure it doesn't mean it's not there. Common sense. So you have to come with different kind of axioms for this, right? So like where air, I mentioned in the Siddha literature, 12 types of the air that goes in is one type of air is called prana. That prana turns into another 11 types of air. And all are vector quantities. They have direction, right? They have direction and magnitude. So they will do, even digestion happens because of the more than the pitta, you will have the air, samana vayu. Because samana vayu operates this way. So the consciousness divides that into different air. Udana vayu for speaking, apana vayu for all excretory process, periods, all these things, So these vayus, they have become, that's why we say Vayu Deva, God. All these Varuna Deva, Vayu Deva and all, we call it God because they are conscious. God means somebody not having mush or somebody sitting somewhere. It's inside us, functioning, doing everything. And the ether, in Agni also in the plasma, we call it plasma. I'm a plasma scientist also. Developed plasma. Plasma is called fourth state of matter. It is also approved in the modern science. Plasma. Then we have what is called the ether, Akash. Akash is not empty space. Akash is independent energy particles that is inside us. The life force. The soul we call it. We get an answer for even the Bible, the Quran, everywhere where the soul part is here. Now, we get an answer. It answers even the religious questions. Do we have a soul? Yes. That's what our ancient Ayurveda, Siddha talks about. We have a soul. That is the life force, fundamental energy part. That's the Shakti particles. Prakruti comes from that. Purusha is the Shiva, empty space inside us. And the Prakruti is the Shakti energy particles, independent energy particles. When Shakti goes out of us, we are done. So each one has 5 transformations. The solid turns into smell. The liquid in our body turns into taste. The fire in our body turns into heat and light. The air into sound. But there is a little contradiction in some text. Air into touch. Air is sound. And we have the ether into touch. These 5 transformations happens in our body. And all this, example I will tell you, because this understanding is needed to understand what Burma is. So if you have a stomach, how does digestion happen? Generally we talk about hydrochloric acid secretion. Yesterday my friend, he was a gastroenterologist. So he talks about how digestion happens from a Western perspective. Look at the Ayurvedic ancient perspective, right? So this is a stomach. And stomach is an empty space. Nadis, Vata nadi, Pitta nadi, Kapha nadis, different types of nadis attached to the stomach. And because these are capillaries that are invisible capillaries, we have modern problem because modern science cannot detect below. It's called uncertainty principle. People who have done physics, you understand what's the answer. There's a real problem. You cannot detect. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. The sage scientists have downloaded this information. Okay, so they say the Vadanadi, the air moves, bunch of air. They are like buses. They are called shrotas. Shrotami means bunch of nadis put together. So the air, then the fire, and the water liquid. All 3 things, together only creates the digestion in our body. That's why you have to have the right kind of pranayama or anything for digestion. Why pranayama will help? You need air also. In the Western science, we only look at the liquid part. Hydrochloric acid secretes will do. You are not seeing other things. Even pulse also, they will only look at the liquid pulse. Here we have 3 pulse. So it's an advanced science and technology. Just because it's hidden in a culture, it doesn't mean you can underestimate this. You have to bring this. We don't have to go under Western science. Western science, come and learn. We'll teach you. You only have to learn. It's not the other way. It's an advanced science, I am telling you. You have to build it from different kind of axiom, make our own rules. Own rules for this science and technology. right? So this is how digestion happens. The air crushes, there's like a welding machine, the fire goes in and then water pours. Now how we are doing concrete and other things. That's another cooking happens inside, right? And it takes the nutrition. This is the consciousness doing. Who is doing inside? The consciousness inside us. Are you doing? And it creates into the Sapta Dhatus, 7 types of tissues. And finally the Sapta Dhatus, finally it's converted into energy. You know, all the all this, bone, all this finally sexual vital fluid, from there energy is broken. So this is how you have to tell, we are trying to prove modern science. When I am when many Ayurvedic scientists struggling to see present their work, and they are trying to talk about modern science. Why do you go for modern science? You do your own thing. Let modern science people explain this. You bring them, hire them, whatever it is. But you don't have to struggle. Your science is so pure. What you are doing. We only have to understand that. So with this, I will come to the marma. So that's how the marma is. Marma, they are called femtobiology, femtoneurobiology. It is very small, tiny, 10 power minus 15 below that. Meters, nano is 10 power minus 9, is 10 power much below that. Look at an atom 10 power minus 26. If you look at the particles even small, and those particles to run through the nadis. Nadis are solid structure, but you cannot see, they are not solid. You cannot feel it. But the vata, air, and the liquid, right? And the liquid particles at particle level, you are looking at pulse. What is a pulse? At particle level, how the air goes. Air goes with a high amplitude. Fire goes with mid amplitude. Air is 1, if air is 1, fire is half amplitude. And the kapha, liquid is, yes. I said 45 minutes.
So is it 45 or 30?
45.
Okay, you're good on 15.
Okay. So kapha is the last, quarter. Okay. So this is how the Ayurveda pulse works. When you see that, that's why these are the tools, not the machines. Machines may work wonderful, but these are our machine. Human being is a machine. This one will detect vata, this one will detect pitta, this is kapha, because that's how the nadi goes. So you connecting, what are you connecting? You are connecting your own biomagnetic energy to that. And you feeling the sense. Instruments cannot do it. I am not denying an instrument. You need an instrument to prove the Western world. That's how they come into this. But the truth is, human being is the best instrument. It can penetrate it. And that, with this only, so normally, how we do, we in our body, so we have this 5, the physical body, the 4 elements you call it as a physical body, the 5th element, Akash, is the astral body. Sukma Sarira. And then the Karana Sharira is the biomagnetic. This transformation, I showed you 5 transformation. They make the biomagnetic body. With that biomagnetic body only we penetrate. So as you start to meditate, all these practices will increase the biomagnetism in our body, the intensity of biomagnetism in our body. With this only we operate the marma. So marma why we are not doing very easily? Because you are not equipped yet to train. So you need to do some practices to get marma. It's not about knowing the points. Knowing the points will not work. I know the marma point, I am going to touch this will not work for you. You have to know how energy passes. To feel the energy, you should be in the prana. Many times in the prana shakti, you need to understand how to develop that and then insert it into other people. So now, I'll show you how. I'll take a few cases. So you can come here with different problems, and then you see these marmanadis cannot be solved with modern science. There is no connection. I will touch the same point. You have a problem with the head. I'll touch 10 points in your body to solve the same problem. So how will you connect the modern science? All neurobiology and all will not work. It is difficult. because the sage scientists found deeper marma body. I have amazing pictures and everything. We redraw everything from the ancient science. But it's our time is not enough. But you are interested, you can connect with me. Okay. But here I will show how by injecting some marma punch. So there are tools also we can use. This is a tool. Many of you know this is like an acupressure pen, right? But this tool in ancient science, we had marma mudira prayoga. They used only for these, wherever you have dead cells, there we say dead cells, but here where many nadis are connected. Only there, you cannot use here. They use gold, iron, copper for vada, pitta, kapha body type they use. I have those things, I didn't bring those, but I will show you something that marma mudra prayoga, with marma mudra prayoga and little bit of marma, how you can cure things very instantaneously. My PhD was, I was developing an Agnikarm nano needle. That was my PhD, but they didn't accept that. And then I had to change to some other nano pro. And then when I went to Harvard, I published 14 papers on this kind and one book on technology. So here, few of you can volunteer who have a problem. Say for example, you have a neck problem, my knee problem I am suffering from. Okay, I will show you some results. Not necessarily you will be 100% cure, but there is a possibility you will have a 100% cure. Okay, so we will take those chances because I haven't asked you health history, where you come from, what's the problem, etc. Okay, you have to volunteer. The disclaimer: I am not a doctor. Okay, if you want to sue me, that's fine. Medical doctor, I take this authority from consciousness, blessings from all our sage scientists and protection, and I'll do. So, okay. So if you sue me, I don't have any pennies. That's what So that's okay. So that's a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, but I am a health coach. I'm paying malpractice insurance also. I'm a Harvard certified culinary coach. I have a PhD in the integrated physics. Okay, so here let me. So anybody who want to volunteer? Who has yes, please, Doctor. Great, Ashok. Avinash ji, he was great person from yesterday. I understood, what kind of person he is backing up our main queen here. So, that's what is happening. So, thank you. So, what is your problem, sir?
I got foot pain.
So, what kind of, how much out of 10?
About 4.
Okay. So, 4. So, these are, we can just start with Marma Mudra Prayoga. Mudra Prayoga is, it will not, the biomagnetism will not reach further. So, you can use the hand or anything. But Marma will be the ultimate solution. Okay. So, I will show you. So, you can sit down, you can grab a chair. No. So, left leg.
Right.
Can you go in the middle?
We're gonna.
Yeah, come in.
We're gonna use the microphone too.
Left leg.
Right.
Right leg.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you, sir. It's okay. So, yes, his right leg. Okay. So, there are possibilities. I can go to his right leg also. And I can go to his left leg if I want. But the best place would be left hand. Right leg, left hand.
Can I give a little bit of history?
Yes.
So I'm having this pain for last, I would say, 2 months. It just came out of nowhere. Being a doctor myself, that orthopedic surgeon, I investigated myself, got X-rays done, just my friends around there. So got MRI done, but I haven't found anything. It comes up, goes but down. Sometimes it's in the metatarsophalangeal joint, which is the joint at the base of the big toe, or sometimes goes more proximally, what's called tarsometatarsal joint. Sometimes it disappears, and I was very happy, oh, it's gone. But then a couple of days later it comes back. If I do some activity, I like to play tennis, so it comes back with a vengeance. So I really don't know what to do about it. So I was just talking to him last night, and he said he can help us. Okay, I'll take you on.
Could you
Okay,
hold
thank
the
you.
microphone
So, yeah.
Yeah, I can go.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, yeah. Okay. You have phone, you can keep it. No phone, right?
No.
Phone is a disturbance. Negative energy. Found this part. So when this part pains, see, nothing happens. Same is pressure. Because I found this part. It jumps. It's the same pressure I'm giving. You can try also if you want. If you want to, have any vengeance on him, it's the time. Especially I call the spouse only, mostly.
Yeah.
Right. So.
How long are you going to do that?
So, okay, everyone count 21 times, okay?
No!
What do you think? Right? You can't escape. We are talking from last night. Okay. One.
You already did 10. You did 10.
What? No. See, I did 4. Okay. See, the peak will go like this. It's a Gaussian. And then come down.
Oh, so this is just beginning?
It's the beginning, not yet the beginning. It's only 4 steps. We have 10 more, 6 more steps.
10 more to go.
4, 5,
Breathe 6, breathe 7, breathe 8,
9, 10. 15,
Oh my God.
7, 8, 9,
Wow.
now we walk.
Oh, I can stand.
He can run away too now.
I can walk.
Try. Only you'll have memories. You'll have memories, but just.
You made me cry.
See what's the technique, no?
Yeah.
I mean, this pain is so much, I don't feel anything in the foot now.
You don't feel it. See, this is what I do. What I do is, I'll tell him if it's not gone, I'll make him sit more, I'll do more. Then
No.
he'll say, I'm alright. That's the secret of my, right, Varma? That's the secret.
Done?
You're done.
Oh, thank you.
Not the other way. You're done. Okay. So it's gone.
Yeah,
It's gone.
thank you.
Okay. So.
What about this pain now?
That's another Varma now. Yeah. Okay. Yes, please. Any other volunteer? Neck pain?
I would love to. Oh,
What do you have?
sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
Come on up. Okay. I fell.
Talk into the microphone.
Oh, okay, so I fell, crushed T12, and then I blew out all my discs from tip to tail.
Okay.
And I cracked my neck. It's been a while now, but most of the pain is
Yeah.
around T12, where
Okay.
it's
Okay.
not happy.
Okay. So here is the thing. Okay. So
I'm
this
excited.
is a little complicated case, but sit down.
Yes, sorry.
Here, what we can do, this is not like a complete heal. So she had to do marma regularly, but we can do pain management here. So if what's the pain level? You have pain?
I hover at a nice level, probably around 6.
Or 6, okay.
Yeah.
So around 6, I can bring it down. And maybe the pain is relieved. But she need to fix like the whole body marma. So regularly from top to down. Because it takes time for that. Okay, so I'll go. Can I touch your back?
Absolutely.
Okay, so go a little forward, please.
Like
So
that.
there is called Nangana Puttu. So there is a lock at the behind, a spot. Nangana Puttu we call it. Right? If you do that, many of the back pain you can relieve it. Right? But then we do the Marma Mudra also. That'll help. It's like a spike. Okay? So you can hold this. Now we give you a hand.
I'm nervous.
You were putting a gun on me.
I think you were weak.
Discrimination.
Very gentle.
Ooh, hello, sunshine. That's a
Sunshine?
good one.
Because
Yeah.
you see,
No, not there. That's
that's the
good.
spot, that's your spot.
Yeah.
You find the spot, right? So if you keep rubbing, some people are sensitive. So you can go through, if you're using blood thinner, it will just ooze out. Some people use blood thinners, you ooze out, you have to be very careful.
They will ooze out.
But how do you know which spot to push down?
I think it's when I breathe more heavily.
Yeah.
No, but how do you choose your spot? There must be like.
That's a science, no? Yeah. That's the meridian we can find out, yeah. And we know that if this is the spot, it's very close spot, a response, you can feel it.
Yeah.
So here you can use Marma Mudra, is the fastest thing that you can do. You can, use both hand, on leg also you can use. Okay. So if it is a back pain or neck pain and all, you can use multiple places for. But mostly if you are in the leg or hand, you can do cross. Hand, leg, hand, like that. Okay. So, okay.
She's laughing. She made me cry.
I'm used to high levels of pain.
So,
But he's spot on. Oh, wow. Hello.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We'll come back. Okay, I'm good. Okay, so you see now? See.
It actually is much better.
Huh?
Yeah, actually, it's less spasm. It is improved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This hurts.
Okay. yeah. That's the secret. That's the secret.
That's the trick.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
How are we on time?
It's more of a question, it's a comment. Most probably, Chinese medicine,
Yes.
Ayurvedic medicine are very close.
Right.
But what he's describing in Korean hand therapy, it's a therapy that you only treat the hands. So if you keep your hands like this, this would be an
Yeah.
and think this is an animal. This is going to be your head. These are going to be your hands. These are going to be your feet. So if you want to treat like this leg, you're going to try this one. If you're going to do this leg, you're going to try this one. And the front, this is going to be your face. This is going to be the throat. These are going to be the internal organ. This is going to be your neck. This is going to be your upper back. This is going to be your lower back. And this is the sacrum. So imagine how it is and how close the nadis are.
Yeah. So
This is from Chinese medicine.
Yeah. So here we call it as a Marma Mudra Priyogam. And acupuncture. Acupuncture is called here. See, you go to stroke therapy, acupressure, all these things. Many things are online there. You go there, press this. These things work. Okay. But here is the thing. But the trick here is where it works, for which thing it works, and how deep it is. All these things. It will not give a solution for everything. Your situation so well. That's why this one will reach to some extent. And if it reaches through the Marma Nadis, the pressure, it will solve. Otherwise, you have to trigger the Marma Nadi, take the pathway and trigger the Marma Nadi to clean this up. And then you put the pressure, it will work through. Okay, so that's so this is what I wanted to show. You take one question or no?
I don't think we can because we're over,
Alright.
but he is outside, so if you guys want to connect, there's
Yes.
an opportunity.
Yeah, I saw very complicated cases. People woke up and they carried and came and they woke up and went and all. Tumor cases, we solved real tumor cases, 15-day tumor cases and all are solved in this country. And I have evidence You know, when we are publishing 700 eye cases who removed glasses, we reversed that. Okay?
Road
So
trip?
we are all right. So thank you for the opportunity, and I'm always always I want to support Dr. Aparna for pure heart. She has you know, always my blessings for her to go to higher heights, and she will do. She will be one of the leading person to bring Ayurveda in this country. Thank you.
That's excellent. Okay.
He's a